to be making some Mokume Gane from a stack of 20 quarters. Hey, welcome to NovelTech 3D. Today I'm going to be making some Mokume Gane from a stack of 20 quarters. This should be really cool, but I've never really used Mokume Gane before, so it might not turn out very well. I'm using quarters because the main ingredients in quarters are just copper and nickel, which are also the main things that you need in a Mokume Gane pattern. Alright, so for this Mokume Gane piece, I'm going to use this stack of 20 quarters that I found laying around, and I think that that'll just do the job. The only problem is that I cannot weld two quarters together using a MIG welder, so I'm going to have to find a different solution to hold these into one stack. I think I'm going to use this one solution that I found out where I could make a big clamp for these quarters. I could have one steel piece on the top, one steel piece on the bottom, and then I could use bolts to clamp them together. Then I'll put that whole contraption inside the forge and hit it a few times to make sure that the quarters stick. Then I will take off the clamp and I will just forge weld these quarters together. Then I'll figure out what to do from there. But first, I'm going to make the clamp. I just hit my homemade clamp a few times with the quarters inside, but as you can see, it didn't really turn out well. So I'm going to have to think of a different clamp solution. I think that I'm going to cut off a portion of this metal pipe to put the quarters inside, and then I can take this smaller pipe and use a hammer to push down the quarters so that they stick together. Okay, so it's taken a lot longer to make this piece than I thought, and that was because the first time that I did it using the tube, it didn't actually work out. All of the pieces did not forge weld and they just flew everywhere. So I had to do this the old-fashioned way, having to forge weld two quarters at a time until I got to the right size. And then I could forge weld all 20 quarters together. Then I started out with a long square piece of metal that I was able to twist to make the Mokume Gane. I'm outside right now because I'm going to temper my Mokume Gane pieces. I'm actually going to do it at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for about 2 hours because I've never really tempered copper before, so I have no idea how it will turn out. So I just did the grinder and I polished it a tiny bit more, but now there's some grinding marks and I want to get those off, so I'm going to use a 400 grit sandpaper to sand it down using this belt sander. And then I'll be able to just do it the normal way using a polisher. I was able to draw out what I'm going to be cutting with the bandsaw, and for this I'm going to be making 3 necklaces. Each one has its own shape, and that will still leave me with about 1/3 of the piece left. That way I can make other things in the future. I was able to cut the pieces of jewelry into the shape that I wanted, but I realized that everything started to peel again. So now I'm going to temper it one more time at 450 for 2 hours. My original idea was to make 3 necklaces, but the third one actually broke in half when I was cutting because of the layers. So I'm actually going to make these 2 into earrings. finished shaping and polishing all of these pieces, but I realized that when you heat it up, it actually brings out the pattern a lot more. So I'm going to go ahead and heat them all up. I think that these pieces of jewelry turned out very well, and I'm glad I had the chance to forge Mokume Gane. Also, I still have a lot of the Mokume Gane block left, so I might make something like a ring or jewelry in a future video or just on my own time. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and click the notifications bell so you never miss a video or a future project. Tell me in the comment section below if you have any project ideas for me in the future. Don't forget to like or check out my website, maniacalmetalart.com. The link will be in the description below. See you next time on NovelTech 3D.